Buenos días, buenas tardes, y buenas noches. Welcome to Business Matters with Laura Nowlin podcast. First, I want to give a big shout out to one of our sponsors, Creativa Consulting, Andrea Michelle. You can get a hold of her at 702-296-6242. And also another big shout out to CS Now Staffing. We're the staffing firm that is here to basically serve our community. We're not here to be served. We're here to serve all of you. And today, my special guest that I have is Kimberly Miles. Kimberly Miles is actually very well known in our community. There's so much that she does. She owns her own TPC Payroll HR consulting firm. She's also a founder of a nonprofit organization, but I'm going to let her share her story. Kimberly, welcome to our show. Thank you so much for being here. It's such a pleasure.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
You look amazing.
Oh my
I want you to know you look so great.
Yeah, it was like a little, I didn't get my braids taken out. I just got back from our great holiday traveling abroad out by the beach, but I have to have it professionally taken out. So I have the braids in today, which is also part of my natural native culture. So very grateful. Very grateful to be here.
Yes,
thank you.
thank you.
You for the compliment.
Absolutely. So, Kimberly, share a little bit about how you got to Vegas. Are you originally from here? Or if not, how did you get here?
So I started for a big nationally publicly traded organization. I started up one of 5 locations for them. Las Vegas was in 1995 is when I arrived.
Okay.
So I've been here since 95 and have seen the massive growth. I had the opportunity after 4 years to develop some great relationships and attracted investors to help me do my own payroll, tax, and HR consulting firm.
Nice.
So very grateful. Paid them off in 2006, and I feel very accomplished. And we're celebrating 25 years this year.
Congratulations.
Unbelievable. Yeah,
wow.
Well, coming out of the gate as a new business owner, I mean, we immediately dealt with 9/11 within our first 3 years of founders. So it was founded in 2000. Yeah. Really focused on taking care of our community and the things that were happening from big bloat, publicly traded corporate feel, when Las Vegas really isn't that at all. I mean, built on more privately held organizations, I'll put it, and by a group of mafia that sometimes people say that are better then than it was now. I mean, I work with a lot of the old school founders in Las Vegas that have their children now owning their businesses. So it's really exciting how I've elevated my team members to take on the kids of our clients who are now running their businesses. I think it's so important. Empowerment, inspiring, been showing by example. So even though I'm proud to say I'm the founder, also the president, as we're a corporation, I really am the janitor.
I know exactly.
It's always about cleaning up the messes, right? That's what they call me for now, because really the organization does run itself. I'm still highly involved in engaging new clients and working with them with my consulting services, getting them set up. But it really fuels my passion. And so my biggest, I love what I do, you guys. I love getting your paycheck on time every time, making your tax deposits on time every time, and really helping with my values and making it more sticky between an employee and an employer. There's this disparity, I think, and I explain it to my team members, is put on your business hat. Right. You have a voice here. I want to know your opinions. You do the work. You understand the programs. You understand the laws. You're educated. Consult me, right? I don't know it all. Sometimes I pretend I do. Sometimes you're faking it till you make it, especially in the first decade of my business. But I had to really calm down that ego. I got to say, with all these exciting things, especially what happened through the pandemic, really woke a lot of us up, right? I call it Coronaverse. We're still in it. The universe of Corona. It's changed everything in how we do business, but really, it's changed my mindset even deeper and has confirmed the things I was in the belief process of, is connecting on a spiritual level, on a deeper level, being authentic and transparent. I visualized it, I talked about it, but I hadn't really become it. I started understanding what was going on with me when I made the money that I made. My vanity exploded. I was becoming cocky instead of confident. It's nice to be a woman that has her own money, especially of Hispanic descent, right? The things that came in, girls didn't do this. And I know you get this, Laura. I see you out there. I know you get it, girl. You know, it's nice to have you in my circle because in transitioning to found something that in my very first event, your team helped me. So it's so weird how things come back around even when you have differences and you don't know what's happening in people's lives. Yeah. But it's funny to circle back around because it's my 25 years at the payroll company, HR Consulting, but it's my 10 year this year for founding the B.E.A.S.H.E.R.O Foundation. And so it's so bizarre to me how things that are all coming up are divided by 5. This is also my year, the year of the snake, for my 60th birthday in February.
Oh, wow.
So there's a lot of interesting things coming together. The reason I founded the foundation is because when I was in a hospital bed at 15, being sexually trafficked until I was 18 by what I thought was my boyfriend and a mother figure to me because I lost my mother when I was 10. I wrote about it in my book, Zero to Shero. I put that out in 2020 on why this is all created. But I said to God in the hospital bed, get me out of this situation, and I will spend the rest of my life bringing awareness and shining a light on a pathway for other girls to get out. So things like we knew about rape and domestic violence and suicide and self-mutilation, a lot of it has come from covering up our bodies and our pains and how to deal with trauma.
Right.
So my biggest feel was when I made enough money that we're giving back 36%. My husband and I, he's been a big supporter, which I really found a great man. So I love men. There is a he and she. There is a hero and Shero for the right men that are worthy, right?
Right.
We need more of you men. We need you to get involved. This isn't a woman's issue or a child's issue. We need the strong men to stand up, which is embracing our women and children. So we need you, and we need your money.
That's right.
We
Cut
do.
A check. Cut
we
a
need
check.
that.
Well,
Did you hear that? We're allowed to say that as women. We need your money. Yeah, we're allowed to say that. So I really focus on minors, right? Because I was a minor when it happened to me, and I always thought it was my fault, right? I thought somehow I created this at some time. You know, I knew it all at 15, right? So today I wear hearing aids because I was bludgeoned so badly that it caused a hearing, what I call different ability, right? I have a different ability when one of my senses are weakened, so every other sense awakens. And it's really helped drive me through these challenging times when it comes back up. So I get emotional because of all the things that happen, sure, but really on the successes and celebratory situation that is happening to me in 2025 and being able to come back full circle with you, Laura.
Yes.
Really,
yes.
to see what you have done over the last 10 years and now to be your guest. Right? We have our biggest gala, our 10-year gala coming up March 1st at the Palms, which is super exciting. SheroFoundation.org under sponsorships. You can get involved. We really need you at the round table. We need you there. It's not inexpensive. The hard cost is $300 a seat, but we're charging $600 a seat because we're there to raise money. We're doing a capital call this year. We're going to have our own house. We have 6 programs in full-blown providership, and one of them's housing. In our Shero program, we have mobile units on the ground with secret investigative locking arms with LVMPD to get these girls off the streets, which we call prostitutes. Some may know it as that, but I'm going to promise you that a 16, 13, 18 are not prostitutes.
Right.
Right? And they're being controlled by what we call a pimp, but it's not what we think it looks like. A lot of times they are family members, they are boyfriends, they are loved ones. It's really astounding to see with the actual demand that's happening here. So each one of our programs, if you go to SheroFoundation.org and you look up the different packages, what your package will actually go to on the hard earnings. Yes, there's a portion that's hard cost for the event.
Of course.
Of course.
Yes.
So you pay for that, but the rest of the money based on your sponsorship will go to the program you see that connects with you on a deeper level. Plus, we have so many doctors. We have so many opportunities with law enforcement. We were so excited because one of our biggest partners this year, we were attracted by the Clark County Medical Society Alliance. Very excited. One of our own advisory board members that started out as the events chair, who now sits on the advisory board and is married with 2 beautiful young children, is now the co-president at the Clark County Medical Society Alliance. So we just had another doctor join our board to help assist us in following through, because there's so many things from gynecological to mental health.
Oh, yes.
Right? And we can't forget the nutritional part, because that help clears our mind, body, and spirit to be more grounded and to be on the path of health and wellness. So we bring music, we bring hand-holding, we bring connectivity, which is building a community inside of a community that's very diverse. We have a very diverse group to start understanding as we work with law enforcement in the streets and them championing getting to know our new sheriff, who I absolutely love, McMail. We work with Chief Kilber, which spoke at last year's gala, to talk about where our money goes, what we're doing, and how authentic the spending is. I'm kind of a weirdo about that, because when I've always give to other charities myself, I want to know where my money's going. So not only do I give money, and I still do, because there's other great organizations that we have vetted to lock arms with, because this is not a one and done. So it comes from other guests that, being sober. So at some point, there is some insobriety that's happening to lure this piece of money making, because it's a big billion-dollar business. You're hearing about it now with very large music players and very large Hollywood players and the children from Hollywood that's affected. But right here in Las Vegas, with our high demand during the sports seasons, with F1 coming here, this has brought more child trafficking, commercial sex trade of minors. That's the legal terminology, and it's so real. People think we're bringing them in from other states. True. People think we're bringing them in from other countries. True. But the big problem is we're developing these children right here in Las Vegas, our own kids.
Yes.
We're sex trafficking. And you're finding out because the parents love the money, or the uncles, or the aunties. We have over 3,700 children that are being unmonitored now in Child Haven. Right? There's nowhere else to go. So I really love another partner we work with, Champions for CASA, who actually brings in an advocate hand by hand. Again, when we developed this organization, we had affiliates meetings that filtered through what was missing here, and we got whatever fell between the cracks. So we came up with our SHIELD program, boots on the ground for the SHIELD program, right, in the streets, getting the girls, providing resources on the spot, from mental health counseling to STD testing, clothing, food, immediate resources. So right then and there, if they're ready to depart from the trafficker, we can take them away in our amazing, monitored, organized, safe place in our vehicle and get them to something other than being jailed. And this is what I love about our new sheriff in town. He doesn't jail them. He educates them that there's people who care. There's survivors themselves that are business owners.
Yes.
So it's really big to me to mentor. I have girls that have been through the process, girls that are vulnerable to the process. And we have a teen board at the B.E.A.S.H.E.R.O Foundation, SheroFoundation.org. If you're interested in getting your kids involved to sit on a board, how to run a boss babe meeting. It's all girls. There are boys involved, believe it or not. We had 15 boys at the exciting, we have it every year in August, which is the I Am Radiant fashion show. It's not about fashion, even though Macy's has been our big sponsor also for a decade. Love them, love them, love them. And they are so huge in transitioning the clothing effect. And this year, right on the floor, we were able to raise all the clothes money that those kids picked. And they're from all over town.
Nice.
But the girls are making the decisions. The girls are running the board. The girls are putting together the gala production to hear the words of the girls that we have helped partner with to a safe place.
That's amazing.
It's amazing.
So at the Palms Casino, 10 years ago, that's where you guys also had the gala. So is it always at the same location?
No,
How
it brought us back. Because remember, we found out it wasn't owned locally anymore. I think you and I talked about this. So we said, unless it was owned by more of a family, which, again, I'm so grateful of the new owners that have been involved because they were last year's sponsors and the year before sponsors for us. San Manuel and the Band of Indians. So what I love about it, it's all coming from the natural, native earth grounding and customs in which all of us come from, whether we want to recognize it or not. The caregivers of the land and the work that we have done on a global, they've been very generous to us. And so why we really like to do it with a local group. I know they're in California too, but it's not publicly traded like that. And I like to choose the non-corporate choice until I really see a big venue that is serious about making change. The Palms has had all the human trafficking, every single one has been trained by our partners with us alongside to see something, say something, and what it is that they're looking for. Because you got to remember, even though we have the signs in the bathroom, what's missing? What's missing in the bathrooms, at the airports, at the hotels? The telephone.
Well, that's what I was just going to say. There's no way for you to call them.
Right.
Right? You can have a phone number there, but how do you call them?
And the girls don't have phones.
Right.
The girls don't have identities. Right. Everything has been taken from them. Right? It's very interesting what's happening. So, so we're excited. This is our third year back at the Palms.
Yay.
We're glad to be there. Yes, they've really embraced us and excited to share with everybody. We took both the moon and the view room. We have 2 levels with a full-on experience of a celebratory feel, which is entertainment, dinner, 3-course meal, and shaking hands with some of the game changers in our time and in our town that can help other adults put a stop to abolish this. And it starts with heavier laws. We need to change the laws against the buyers. The buyers are walking out free. They come to our town. For years, we were told what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. And that is a lie, because if you touch one of my kids, I am going to follow you all the way home with your picture and exploit the heck out of you to your family. And I will take it on with a team of us that is allowed to share information when you've been convicted or put in jail, even if you have to come back and do your time, for buying a child.
Praise God that there's women like Kimberly out there to be able to help us with this. Wow. Amazing. You're an amazing woman, like I said. Kimberly, so we're down to a few minutes, okay? What else would you like our audience to know? And know that that is your camera. Speak directly to them. Tell them exactly how they're going to be able to donate to this amazing organization that is so much needed here in our community.
Well, I want to say both. The reason why I went out and made all the money and started my own business is when I was speaking to God, I wanted to be a counselor to help all the girls. So the angels that were sent to me said to me, Kimberly, you need to make more money to be taken seriously, and counselors don't make enough money. You need to go out and find something that really can make an impact on you having a voice. And with the 28,000 people I pay, that makes an impact. And I have other business owners. The entrepreneurs are going to change us. So the first thing is, if you don't or have worries, get more involved with my business side, which is the payroll company, HR consultant, TPC HR payroll.com. 877-507-4800 for the payroll company. So support us, use us. I want you to know where we spend our extra money. Not driving the Bentley. How about that? My cars are 10 years old. How about that? Secondarily, SheroFoundation.org is the best way to get involved and do a sponsorship, buy seats, donate, auction items for your business. We're always looking to put together date nights. It's the #1 seller. If you have some amazing Airbnb somewhere that you could offer, that we could do a live auction and offer that up, your company name will be everywhere, and with people who can afford it, of course. So any of those things. And volunteering is huge. If you need to just get more involved, show up to the volunteer meeting in January. Again, SheroFoundation.org is where all of the information is. Know more about it. See what comes out of. There's many, many parents, 10 years proven results of the impact we've made on our community. Proof is in the pudding for me. I love that people talk about stuff. I want to see action. And that's what I've done. That's right.
That's right. So thank you once again, Kimberly, for coming to our podcast. We really do appreciate you. Remember, if you want to get involved in volunteering, if you don't have the cash, fine, go volunteer. If you have the cash, then donate. If you don't have that, but you have a company and you're looking for a payroll servicing company, reach out to Kimberly. Right. Well, once again, thank you so much for tuning in. Remember that we release a podcast every single Friday by 3:00 in the afternoon. And one big old shout out again for Creativa Consulting, Andrea Michelle. You can reach her at 702-296-6242. If you're thinking about putting together a podcast, reach out to her. God bless.